Hello and welcome you joining us again in the daily bulletin of Into Vietnam, brought to you by VITV channel. In today's bulletin, we follow the following headlines. The National Consumer Price Index rises 0.23% in July. More bank M&A deals are expected in the second half of 2014. And consultation workshop on the draft amended law on enterprises were held in Hanoi. According to the General Statistics Office, the National Consumer Price Index for July rose by 0.23% over June and 4.94% over the same period a year ago. Among the basket of goods used in the CPI calculation, transport services recorded the highest growth, 0.44%, followed by construction, 0.43%, food and services, 0.26%, and beverages, cigarettes, garment hats, and footwear, 0.2%. Only post and telecom services saw a decline of 0.01%, while other goods witnessed a slight rise of less than 0.3%. Earlier, Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City announced their CPI indices for July at 0.18% and 0.12% respectively. And now let's move on the bulletin with some financial news.
Although only one merger and acquisition or M&A deal was announced in the first few months of the year, more are expected in the second half of the year. A series of banks announced their M&A plans in the beginning of the year. This included Maritime Bank, MDB, Sacombank, Southern Bank, BG Bank, Viet Bank, Viet Capital Bank, SHB, and VP Bank. However, only the deals of merging banks and finance companies have been proceeding. VP Bank has received official approval from the State Bank for its plan to admit Vinacomin Finance Company. SHB plans to consult with shareholders on the issuance of shares as step to admit a finance company later this month. Maritime Bank has obtained Vinatex Finance Company after buying 64.1% of the company charter capital from Vinatex, the holding company. Meanwhile, some of the bank's planned merger deals have not got the nod from the watchdog agency. Vietnam Asset Management Company is considering signing contracts to sell bad debts to some foreign investors in an effort to speed up the settlement of bad debts in the local banking system. The first batch of bad debts will be sold to foreign investors in the third quarter of this year. The absence of regulations allowing foreign ownership and transfer of real estate and properties is considered the biggest obstacle to the sale of bad debts to foreign investors. VAMC Chairman Nguyễn Quốc Hùng earlier said the VAMC has signed contract on information security with Cushman & Wakefield and Advisors and Marshall before allowing to study non-performing loans. The firm has discussed with about 60 international organizations and businesses about non-performing loans, and it has considered cooperating with 6 or 7 business houses.
A number of solutions have been given to deal with the non-performing loan issue. A national-scale plan for debt clearance, a VAMC, was founded, and the State Bank of Vietnam required banks to overhaul their debts and make provision for risk. Nonetheless, non-performing loans are still a huge obstacle to economic development. In 2014, the VAMC planned to buy 70 to 100 trillion dong of bad debt, but only 20% of which was fulfilled in the first half. Will the VAMC be able to accomplish the plan in the second half? More to follow. In the first half of 2014, the Vietnam Asset Management Company bought 13.7 trillion dong of non-performing loans from credit institutions, which is 1/5 of the plan to buy 70 to 100 trillion dong that the State Bank of Vietnam targeted for the VAMC early this year.
VMC thì giống vào đi mua ve chai, tức là mua nợ xấu, nhưng mà kém bà mua ve chai, tức là không bán được. Thế thì cái việc tức là không bán được như vậy, nó ảnh hưởng rất nhiều đến cái việc có thể mua thêm được nợ xấu vào nữa. Bởi nếu mà không mua thêm được, không bán được nợ xấu thì lúc ấy VMC nó mua cái đống nợ xấu đấy về để làm cái gì? Và cái việc là không đạt được cái là cái mục tiêu là 70.000 tỷ, cái điều ấy là rất là rõ ràng.
Với cơ chế như hiện nay, với cái khuôn khổ pháp lý như hiện nay, kể cả việc mua và xử lý nợ xấu cũng như xử lý tài sản bảo đảm của các khoản nợ xấu VMC mua từ các tổ tín dụng thì sẽ bị thách thức với cái mục tiêu đặt ra của ngân hàng nhà nước.
Once the VMC cannot sell the debts, it can hardly buy more. 1 year since its foundation, the company has sold no debts, although it has met with more than 25 foreign investors.
For the first 6 months is 5.2%, which is higher than the same period a year ago. And this is the largely due to the pickup in the agriculture and the manufacturing sector. So I think this is very positive sign.
Moreover, the VMC has been resolving NPLs in a slow pace due to the stuck point in indicating the initial prices for auctions.
Xác định cái giá khởi điểm là rất khó khăn. Và khi đưa ra cái giá khởi điểm mà ban đầu mà sự thỏa thuận giữa tổ chức tín dụng với cả khách hàng thì thường rất là cao hơn so với thị trường. Vì vậy cho nên khi đưa ra mức giá mà đấu giá thì sẽ rất khó thành công. Mà mỗi một lần thay đổi mức giá là tối thiểu là 1 tháng. Như vậy là gì? Nếu mà mức giá mà giá khởi điểm ban đầu mà đưa ra quá cao thì cái tổ chức đấu giá, thời gian tổ chức đấu giá nó rất lâu.
To clear out NPLs, the VMC should be given more privileges, especially more rights, in resolving bad debts. This has been mentioned by local experts in recent time.
Nếu như mà xác định được cái việc là VMC có một cái quyền năng là định giá và thuê một cơ quan định giá độc lập, hoặc là nhà nước có một cơ quan xác định giá là khởi điểm ban đầu để xác định tổ chức đấu giá, và cái cơ quan này có một cái trách nhiệm vụ mà xác định cái giá trị khởi điểm và tại thời điểm phát mại tài sản và chịu trách nhiệm về cái tính pháp lý cũng như đảm bảo cái giá trị tại thời điểm phát mại, thì chúng tôi sẽ tổ chức đấu giá nhanh hơn và đảm bảo khách quan hơn.
Vì phần lớn là các khoản nợ mua là các khoản nợ có tài sản là bất động sản. Do đó là cái xử lý vấn đề này đòi hỏi là VMC phải có cái đặc quyền trong vấn đề không phải là chúng ta thực hiện thông qua sự thống nhất, mà phải có thống nhất để đấu giá, mà phải có cơ chế là chúng ta bán trực tiếp khoản nợ đấy cho các nhà đầu tư nước ngoài. Bởi vì thực tế là cho đến bây giờ là VMC tiếp xúc với trên 25 nhà đầu tư nước ngoài, nhưng mà chưa bán được một khoản nợ nào cho nhà đầu tư nước ngoài. Vì sao ạ? Vì nhà đầu tư nước ngoài lớn mua những cái khoản tài sản bảo đảm là bất động sản thì họ sẽ không thích và không muốn thông qua cơ chế đấu giá. Họ muốn được qua cơ chế trực tiếp.
The VMC is expected to be able to clear bad debts of the national economy. However, if NPLs are shifted from banks' balance sheet into the VMC and the company cannot find an output for the loans, the purchase debts will threaten the whole economy. In order to complete the draft amended law on enterprises, on July the 24th in Hanoi, the Central Institute of Economic Management, in collaboration with the Program of Support for Economic Restructuring and Competitive Enhancement for Vietnam, held a consultation workshop on the issue.
At the workshop, participants said that the highest goal of the amendment of the enterprise law is to make enterprises a cheaper, safer, and more attractive business tool for investors, thereby luring attraction and mobilizing investment resources for production and business activities. Therefore, the amended law on enterprises needs to continue to fully realize freedom of doing business on the principle that enterprises are entitled to own business sectors that are not prohibited by law or limited, created favorable conditions for the capital contribution to establish an enterprise and for organizational management. At the same time, it is necessary for the amended law to institutionalize new issues that arise, complement specific provisions of state-owned enterprises governance, particularly in enterprises with 100 state ownership as structures. On this basis, participants focused on four main contents of the draft amended law on enterprises, which are the registration of business licenses and business lines, capital and corporate governance, reorganization and dissolution of businesses, innovative methods for managing state-owned enterprises.
With a growth rate of nearly 20% in the last 5 years, Vietnam's beverage market is said to have tremendous potentials for development. A study by the Vietnambank Securities Company showed total revenue of the domestic soft drink industry reached 11.87 trillion dong, or $561.9 million, and consumption of the industry was around 2 billion liters last year. In the period of 2009-2013, with 130 producers, the industry showed growth rate of 19.35% in business, including 2 million liters for exports. The growth rate is expected to reach 14.2% from 2014 to 2018, with 135 producers. Experts said there will be stiff competition between domestic and foreign beverage firms as Vietnam integrates further into the world beverage market. The industry is expected to produce 2.32 billion liters of soft drinks and reach $506 million in revenue for this year, and by 2016, the figures is expected to reach 2.62 billion liters in output and $626 million in revenue. And now it's time for some foreign trade news.
According to the Ministry of Science and Technology, the import of second-hand machinery will be allowed if its quality is 80% as good as the new one. The remaining quality is based on technical parameters of used machinery in comparison with that of a new one. The circular issued last week also regulates that the machinery, equipment, and technology, if imported, must be in use for less than 5 years. The rule for machinery and equipment less than 3 years old is applied to those used for agricultural production, beverage manufacturing, and post services. Generally, used machinery must meet requirements of quality, safety, and energy savings, along with environmental protection standards. Accordingly, documents showing the machinery's technical standards and quality control certificates must be submitted to the customs for clearance. The regulation will come into effect on September the 1st.
Last but not least, let's take a look at local gold prices, forex, and stock markets. Well, the program has come to an end. Thank you so much for the time with us. We'll see you soon and goodbye for now.